don't even have the right file open. I was pulling clips off the internets for future soundboards. Actually, you can test with these. You want to hear some good ones I got?
I love black love.
Amazing. That's amazing that it started that beat, too.
You should make a song out of that, dude.
I love black love. I love black love.
Other than this podcast, I don't let people inside, and I try not to leave. I think I just got nervous.
God damn it, Glassman's the best.
I don't know if we'll show any of that pre-footage. Maybe we'll leave some of that in.
Todd, leave it in.
I've been doing,
Leave it in.
A lot of podcast producing at home. It is actually. I have been trying to dedicate most of my free time into making like fun little weird things for the podcast.
That's good stuff.
Just incremental improvements.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Should we dive into this episode?
I guess we might as well. Let's do it.
Let's hit this. Folks, welcome to episode 49 of Soccer Situations. This week, Liverpool and Arsenal played a pretty meaningless preseason game. Transfer windows are heating up, and I didn't watch any Olympic football, not even a little bit.
Neither did that.
Yeah. Let's go.
Soccer situation.
You know, that sample of Soccer Situations is Petya's either her cousin or her aunt.
Really?
Yeah. When she was in Bulgaria last, I asked her to just get a lot of samples of people that don't speak English saying soccer situations.
That's awesome.
And
I did not know that. That's funny.
Not specifically people that don't speak English, but,
but
different people to say
different
it.
accents, different
And
sounds.
she's there now, actually. And Petya, you want to get us some fresh samples? Maybe you can redo the theme song.
Bulgarian samples. Drop us some Bulgarian audio.
Petya's ice cold. If you ask her to do anything for the podcast, she'll just like, how much money you got?
Yeah. I believe it. Yeah.
You get paid.
She is ice cold. That's good though. I get it.
Now it makes me mad. Buy in, Petya. Buy into the project.
Yeah. Invest with your
Okay.
time and efforts.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Soccer Situations, episode 49. Should have been 50. Last week's episode turned into an educational project for Todd in Final Cut Pro. It's
Quite a debacle,
a school assignment.
Yeah. We had some weird things happen.
I'm excited about it, though. We recorded last week. We didn't put it out because post-production's changing, and I found a lot of fun things that I'm excited about implementing in the future of the pod.
Yeah.
You know?
It's a good episode to toy around with because we only had one camera.
And I was terrible in it. I actually was kind of bad in that episode.
Yeah.
A lot of times I think I didn't actually say anything, and then we go back in the edit, and I'm like, oh, okay, I said one or two smart things. But I was on
bad.
cold medicine, and I was super sick, and
Yeah.
it wasn't our best episode.
I think your camera shut off like 3 minutes in.
Literally 3 minutes in.
Yeah,
So
so
we were going to be dealing with a still photo of me.
Yeah, it wasn't our best work. That's all right, though.
Sorry for the mic
That's all
noise.
right. Play around with it. Try and get something out of it.
You know, I do want to get to the point where this shit is like this school paper I worked at in college, you know, where like you're like publishing style. The show goes on, you put it out. I want to get more professional about doing that.
Just putting
timely
it out.
releases, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, at the same time, we're learning, folks.
Yeah.
This is definitely a. What was I?
It's a process.
It's a process.
Trust the process.
Yeah, absolutely.
Trust the process. Grind.
I don't have a lot in the sort of casual corner part of the podcast. I have a little movie corner note there, but I didn't really go to the movies this week.
No
or
movies this
recently.
week, huh?
Oh, I did. I went and saw Twisters again, though.
I was going
I
to
had
say, there's
already
nothing
seen-
really like new out.
No.
There's still like a couple of good things but
There's a new
nothing like
Shyamalan
new.
movie that I'm actually going to go see in theaters.
Really?
I haven't seen a Shyamalan movie in theaters since Signs, the aliens in the cornfield one. Do you
Oh,
ever
yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah.
I don't think I saw it in theaters.
In hindsight, I think that's actually one of his more critically acclaimed ones. But this new one is called Trap. It's the Josh Hartnett one. Have you seen the trailer for this?
You know, I vaguely saw it, and I did not pay attention to it at all.
It's like essentially a dad taking his daughter to a Taylor Swift concert. It's not actually to a pop star concert.
Of course, yeah.
And it turns out the whole concert is a trap for a serial killer.
Ah.
They know he's going to be there for some reason, the police. And it turns out Josh Hartnett is the serial killer. So now he's trapped in this arena during this show. And he's got someone trapped in his basement at the same time. So
That's interesting.
Yeah.
All right.
It's a Shyamalan
And, you know,
movie.
Shyamalan will twist it on
It'll
us.
probably be stupid. But
He's going to throw a twist at us, I'm sure.
movie subscriptions are cool, man. You can just go see everything,
Yeah, you might as well see it at that point.
you know?
Yeah. You got to make it worth your fee.
What else is going on? Are you gaming at all again? Is your PC set up?
No, my PC is still not set up. I don't have my mic, or I'm missing my keyboard cable.
Yeah.
Missing like a couple small little things that are somewhere right now that
That's
I can't find.
frustrating.
Yeah, I could just buy like replacement cables, but I haven't done that yet.
Mm. You waiting for that Diablo patch to drop?
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Or
dude.
Sim Farm 25.
It's kind of a nice distraction, like waiting for all. I don't have to wait for those things now.
Yeah.
Because I'm just like I can't play anyway, so I'm just not thinking about it at the
Yeah, of
moment.
course, like Star Citizen is the game I play the most, and everyone has been complaining about how broken 3.23, the current patch, has been.
Yeah, and
It's
you're
been
like-
unplayable for the past month, and I'm like sick.
Like that's great.
Works for me.
Keep working on it, so when I get back, it's
Yeah.
great.
Everybody else be stuck in my misery with me.
Yeah, exactly. No games for you either.
You know?
Farm Sim 25 though. Ooh, does it look good?
Yeah, it does look pretty
It
cool.
looks so good.
You gonna start some rice patties?
I want a rice farm. There's all kinds of cool stuff in that game, and it just visually looks way better.
Oh, it looks really good.
It looks like they've really taken a jump in quality.
Yeah, that was the thing about us playing in 20 or 19, is it?
No,
2019?
22, I think. Or something
Either
like
way,
that
it
was
looks
the last
dated.
one.
The graphics look dated.
Yeah,
I mean.
definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. It looks like a huge graphical jump for that game. I feel like I did play 19, and I feel like 19 to like 22, I think is the one that we're playing,
Was that
is
a
about
huge
the
jump,
same.
too?
No, I think it was like about the same
graphically
graphically.
the
I don't
same,
think
yeah.
they really changed too much.
Mhm.
This seems like a big leap for them. They finally, I think they have realized they have a big enough audience.
I just got self-conscious about making drinking noises on mic.
Gulp, 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 gulp.
Gulp, gulp, gulp. Well, speaking of Rick Glassman, I was watching an earlier episode of Tyso,
Yeah.
and I don't think he had the gulp, gulp, gulp samples yet, and
Ooh, yeah.
he was just freaking out about someone that was drinking on mic.
Mhm.
Dude. He was losing it.
Oh, he does.
He was just
Especially
like,
early on. He was like,
Oh! He was just like, "Ew," getting so uptight about it. I think it was Bobby Lee, actually.
probably. Bobby's chaos. It drives
Yeah.
Rick absolutely insane.
Yeah, Bobby's an animal, dude.
Yeah. You can't control Bobby either. Especially I feel like if you tell Bobby not to do something, he's just gonna go into it further.
Yeah.
You can't discourage. You can't even bring it up.
Right?
Yeah, that's why those two are so fun together, though. Bobby just pushes his buttons. He pushes Bobby's buttons.
Right.
They just get each other so fired up.
Anyway, what else is going on, Alex?
Oh man. Busy times at Littlefoot. Everything's been crazy busy. We have a big upgrade. People haven't.
Have you announced that yet, or have you done any promotional stuff?
We haven't done. I mean, we could talk about it on here. We haven't. People know. A lot of people know. We haven't fully announced it on the socials, like videos. Rosie's compiling a lot of videos and things
Cool.
to put together like a full announcement
package.
reel, and yeah. So there'll be a big announcement soon. But
We're talking about the roaster
talking
upgrade.
about a new
obviously.
roaster upgrade. It's installed. Everything went so smooth installing it, except for the one thing, the charging handle broke when I was playing around with it.
Everybody knows you need a good charging handle.
Yeah, you can't put the coffee in without a charging handle, people. But yeah, our good friend Andy will be here shortly, probably with a new fashioned part for us.
Oh yeah, he's gonna show up right here.
So we
huh?
will be good to go roasting on the new roaster tomorrow.
Yeah, we might do a little bonus content, just talking about the roaster because it's
Yeah.
a cool piece of machinery.
Shoot a
If
little
you
video by
have never seen a coffee roaster or have no interest in them, everybody that sees one suddenly takes a little interest in it.
They're very interesting
They're
machines.
cool ass machines.
Yeah, and this is a
And
particularly
Alex
cool
has
looking
a cool
machine.
vintage one from the '60s. It's German.
Yeah, cool.
Right?
61 Probot, German machine.
Yeah,
It's beautiful. It's beautiful to look at. I love the matte black too.
yeah.
It looks really clean and
I
good in the
keep wanting to
space.
touch it. Have you noticed?
Yeah, I
I
noticed
keep rubbing
that.
my
Yeah,
hand
yeah.
on it.
I think Rosie has some photos of me doing the same thing. She has a photo of me hugging it at one point.
I don't know what it is about the texture of those metal panels, but I keep wanting to
They're
touch
very
them,
nice.
dude.
Well, especially the cast panels, like the
Yeah.
front plate and stuff.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
kind
yeah.
of texture. It is textured
Yeah.
and like wavy a bit because it's all just cast.
It pulls me in, dude.
Yeah, it's nice. It's a beautiful thing. I'm excited to roast on it. So I'll be the first roast tomorrow. First roast on it.
That's pretty awesome.
That's pretty exciting.
People get your Littlefoot coffee orders in. Use
Yeah.
promo code situations for 15% off. Does that still stand?
Yeah, that still stands. That promo code is out there.
Get that first roast off that new roaster.
Yeah, it's gonna be fresh, hot stuff coming out. You thought the roasts were good before.
Oh, dude, I got stuff to talk about here.
Oh, what do you got?
TV nonsense stuff and movie nonsense stuff. Well, I did one of the biggest waste of times anyone could possibly do. I watched, first of all, I've already watched both parts of the Zack Snyder movie Rebel Moon, part 1 and part 2. They're so long and so stupid and so terrible. And then they just put out director's cuts of each of those that are over 3 hours long a piece.
You watched?
I didn't watch the first one. I
Oh,
skipped
God.
it. Luckily, I didn't see the first one on the Netflix feed first.
Oh,
I
so you
might
didn't
have
watch
just
it?
clicked on that.
Yeah.
But instead, I clicked on part 2, the director's cut. And it is... Dude.
You
Francis
see why
Ford
they trimmed
Coppola
out
is
all of
making
it?
this insane movie right now called Megapolis.
Yeah.
That is like the most expensive. He like is like selling off his lands to make this
Just
movie.
to make this movie
basically.
happen.
And it was considered the most insane like vanity project in the history of Hollywood, basically, and that's coming out soon. Well, he
Yeah.
actually can't find distribution for it. It's supposed to be such a hot mess.
That's
and
hilarious.
I think these Zack Snyder director's cuts of Rebel Moon might actually be more self-indulgent than that.
Really?
They are so... It's just a jerk-off fest, dude. I mean, he's known for having gratuitous slow motion,
Of course.
and it's just like so much more of that.
Yeah.
It's like, how can we drag out every scene as long as it can
Like,
possibly be
Director's
drawn out?
cut is just every scene stretched as far as it can go.
Oh my god, dude. When his movies need to be the opposite of that, because he actually does cool stuff. Like, he frames really cool shots and comes up with cool imagery.
Yeah.
I think he should be a cinematographer, not a director. But
Someone needs to keep
just
them under
chop,
wraps.
like, yeah, that looks cool. We don't need to look at it for 20 seconds.
Yeah.
Like, we get it.
We understand it's beautiful. It's great.
Yeah.
You just need somebody to...
I do want to give him a shout out though. I'm sorry, I cut you
Oh,
off.
go for it.
Oh, in dragging every scene out and like dragging every fucking plot line out as long as he possibly could, he did include this awesome gratuitous sex scene that like doesn't exist in movies anymore.
It
It's
does,
like,
yeah,
it's
that's
like
true.
a 80s Jean-Claude Van Damme sex scene between the really hot girl from Kingsman that's in this movie. Anyway, and Dario from Game of Thrones. And they have this sex scene that's so funny.
Is that cut
how-
out of the actual, the
I
original?
don't think it was in the original at all. I think it's like a PG-13 version where they like start to soft light fall into bed and then it cuts to the
okay,
next
so it
morning.
cuts away immediately.
And then now this one, it just keeps going and it gets like borderline like softcore porn. And it's really funny because there's like it's like a sex scene in 3 acts.
Oh,
Like,
wow.
There's like points where you think
like
it's gonna
old school
do the
porn
soft fade to morning.
Yeah,
Where they're like,
yeah.
they're like falling,
And then it, like,
it's
fades back
and then
into
they
them
just
in a
like
different
switch
position.
positions and get going. And they're like, oh shit,
Like,
they're
oh, this
going
isn't
again?
over yet.
Okay, yeah, and I was like, all right,
That's
Zack
old
Snyder,
school softcore porn
yeah,
stuff.
bring it back. 80s action movie,
Just like
sex scene.
classic cuts and fades into different positions.
It's pretty shocking because even though the movies are violent, Snyder wanted them to be like his Star Wars movies.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
to see this like super gratuitous sex scene all of a sudden was
It's hilarious.
it was funny. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that movie's horrible. I mean, you can cut to that scene. It's pretty early in it if you want to just check that
If
out.
you're just looking for some softcore porn,
Otherwise-
some nostalgia.
Don't commit the whole 3 hours to watching the. How does Zack Snyder keep getting money to make these movies, dude? He's such a hack.
I don't know. People, yeah, his name is just like so big now. I feel like people just keep handing them money.
Yeah, it's true. I have stuff in here about being mad about the backlash to The Bear season 3. I'm not going to go into that. Everyone knows The Bear's fucking awesome. Shut up if you don't like it. It's the best, dude.
Shout out Metric Coffee.
Talk about pure,
Product placement
pure
all
jerk
over
off.
the place.
That's like pure Chicago. If you're a Chicagoan, dude, that's like if you want to jerk
Just
off
pure
for
Chicago
a few
jerk
hours,
off.
just marathon The Bear, dude. It's the most
Yeah.
like best Chicago show ever.
Yeah,
It truly is. Truly.
Yeah.
Especially if you've ever worked in hospitality at all.
in Chicago
Yeah.
in particular.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But in general, it's the best. It's so real. All right, Alex, let's talk kits. We got a lot. All the
so many kits.
ones that weren't like big dramatic releases are just getting dropped now left and right.
Yeah, they're just all coming.
Kits
Every
are-
like Instagram scroll you go through, there's a
Rating,
new
like,
kit.
Cats and dogs.
New
Just
kits, new
kits
kits.
and dogs.
Kits and dogs.
There's the episode name, Kits and Dogs.
I don't see it on here, but I want to throw out this. Speaking of just the random kits dropping in, do you see the Fulham's new kit? They're like
The
it
home
looks
or
like
the away?
Bournemouth. Their away
Oh, yeah,
kit.
yeah. It's funny because I almost did put that on here.
It looks like a Bournemouth kit.
Yeah.
But I kind of like it, but it's also very Bournemouth.
Yeah, we're on the same page. Literally, my thought when I saw that was, I feel like I would love this kit so much if it didn't just look like a Bournemouth kit.
Yeah.
That was exactly
It's a sick
my
kit,
thought.
but
Yeah.
it's like, but it looks just like a Bournemouth kit.
Yeah.
It's the same colors, same patterns.
Yeah. Their home kit's nice too, but it's just like a classic clean Fulham kit.
I always like their home kits.
Yeah.
Fulham's always like that. It's just like, it's a nice kit.
You're going to pick up
I'll
a
get a.
Smith Rowe.
I might get a Smith Rowe Fulham kit. I wouldn't say no to that.
Plastic. I can't remember the first time I talked about buying a kit that was a non-Liverpool kit.
Yeah.
And someone like legitimately like fucking plastic. Someone we know
Got mad
I feel
about
like
it.
Someone we were like at Cleo's with like was seriously talking shit. And
Yeah.
you know what kit it was that I wanted, and I'm so mad I didn't buy it. Was that like 09 Barcelona with the gold round collar?
Ooh, yeah,
which is
that's
an
a great
iconic
kit.
now. Like that's
Yeah.
the Messi kit that I want.
Yeah, that's a sick kit.
Good luck getting that for less than like $400 now.
Yeah, now, yeah,
know?
exactly. Jeez.
Yeah.
See, people don't know.
I should have done it, dude.
You should have just bought it.
Should have done it. Let some asshole talk me out of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, Alex, you can add stuff to this running order. I
Yeah,
share
I
it
know.
with you.
I know. I know.
Just saying.
I don't need to add stuff. It
You're
just
like,
comes
it's not
into my
on
brain.
here. It's not on.
Put it
here.
on the list next time, Todd.
Okay. It's like I said, we were pretty mind melted on that. I almost did have it on the list.
It's a great kit, but yeah, I was like, ooh, that's interestingly Bournemouth-esque. Especially, it really stuck in the head because Bournemouth dropped their kit like right before it.
Right.
Like their classic Bournemouth kit.
Yeah.
And then it was like right after that, I saw Fulham's.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, it's kind of the same kit.
Should we get into the list though?
Yeah, let's do it.
I want to open with that Athens. I don't know if it's Calethea or if we're gonna keep talking about this
Yeah, we
club.
should probably
I guess
figure
I
out how to
should learn
pronounce
how to
it, huh?
pronounce it. I thought they were gonna be a one and done, but damn, they came back, dude.
Might be my favorite one yet.
It's kind of even better.
Yeah.
It's a lot like the blue kit that I bought last year with the orange cuffs, but
Yeah.
they've swapped out all of the sort of warm colored trim, and it's
It
just
went with like a baby
blue on blue on blue.
pinstripe.
It's sick.
Yeah.
Right?
Collar.
Yeah. Nice subtle pinstripe, nice collar.
It is beautiful.
Great ad campaign, of course. It's just a beautiful woman on a sailboat.
Yeah. Yeah. Perfect.
It's Greece, dude.
That's exactly what you
What
think
else
of
do
when
you
you
need?
think of Greek football.
Yeah. Speaking, oh man, I looked up that model too. She is a knockout, dude.
Yeah, so I don't know. Yeah, the football kit game finds the hottest models, I feel
Well, the
like.
Greeks and Italians, it's
Yeah,
not
that's
fair.
true. It's
dude.
not
Look
fair.
At the pool they're
That's
working
probably
with.
just all of just any woman they pull
They
off the
just
street to put on
open their
that.
door and yank someone
Like,
off.
here,
the
put this
street,
kit on real quick. Let me take some photos.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that Calethea kit is so sick, dude.
It's good.
The long sleeve, I was almost surprised it didn't have any Kappa branding on the sleeves, but
Right.
when you see how clean it looks, you're like, thank God they
You're
didn't.
yeah, that's smart. That's a good move by them not doing it.
Totally.
Keep it clean.
It still has the same chest sponsor, which is just the logo for the Greek National Museum.
Yeah,
which is really cool.
Sick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a great kit.
Super awesome. I don't like any of the Liverpool kits this year, so if I buy one, I'm probably gonna have a second kit from this. Apparently, I'm a fan of this second division Greek club now.
I mean, that's cool. Base it off the kit. I get that.
Right? What do we got next? Oh yeah, Liverpool's most mid.
Liverpool's.
Speaking of not liking Liverpool, great transition, Todd. I totally intended that. But yeah, they played Manchester United in that kit last night. Did you watch that at all?
No, I did not.
The commentators even called it out. They were like, "It's called Midnight Forest." I could swear it just looks black.
It's true. It does.
Yeah. It's frustrating.
Which is frustrating because it could be sick.
Almost from the overhead, like the highest angle cameras they use in broadcasting.
Yeah.
You can almost see a hint of forest green.
Yeah.
And you're like, God, that would look so sick.
That was
But
a
then
nice
from
forest green.
any properly close angle, it just looks like a faded black T-shirt.
I still don't know if I've seen a single shot that looks green to me.
No, it doesn't really.
It just
it
looks black. It just looks like a black shirt with some teal trim
You know
on
how
it
like
or
when
some
you
blue
have
trim.
a black T-shirt that's like 6 years old and you've washed it a million times.
Yeah, yeah.
And it gets like a bluish or greenish tint. That's all it looks like.
Yeah.
Because black isn't true black. If you're an artist, you know that. There's always different colors in there.
Yeah, so it's yeah, so close. A lot of so close so far with kits this year.
Totally, right?
A lot of just misses.
Another on the subject of the Liverpool Manchester United game, I'm gonna gripe about the United kits too, because they also have a different shade of red in those swooshes you were complaining about.
Oh yeah,
same Adidas template kit, and theirs is just a brighter shade of red on their red, which looks really annoying.
that is weird.
And then
that's an interesting
I've
choice.
also noticed they've added an additional sponsor on the back of their necks. They have
Really?
another Snapdragon logo on the back of their necks. I don't know if the Premier League allows for that sponsor. Maybe that's just a preseason thing.
Maybe.
But I was instantly furious about it. I was like, God damn it, they're eroding
Another
the sponsor.
sponsor.
Stop. Like, don't be the first. Don't set that precedent.
Yeah, no,
you
it's
know?
going to take over the kits. It's going to be so annoying.
Yeah, if you do it next season, everybody's going to have a neck sponsor now.
Yeah, because they're like, oh, they're making this much money off of that sponsorship on their neck.
Guess
we
we
can
gotta do it.
Yeah.
Did we talk about sponsor armistice? We did on 49 that we didn't.
Yeah, that we didn't
release.
really release. Yeah.
Yeah, like all of these clubs are saying that it's like a weapons race.
Yeah. It
They're
definitely
like, well,
is.
we need this sponsor now because they have it. All of you just dial all of those sponsors back off the shirts.
Yep.
Keep them clean.
Keep it clean. Keep it
None
simple.
of you have the revenue. We're all playing in the same ballpark here.
Yeah, exactly.
And then the shirts will look sick, and they'll look like those Athens shirts, and everybody will buy them.
Exactly.
Okay. Rant aside. Chelsea away kit. Have you seen it?
I have. Yeah,
It's
I like
an
it a lot.
off-white cream color.
I like it.
It looks a lot like the Liverpool kit from a few years ago, the 5-0 at Old Trafford kit that I bought with Virgil on it.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Just a nice cream.
It's a good cream color. I'm always a fan of blue and orange.
I was gonna say
have been since I was
love
like
the
a kid.
pop and trim colors.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I love like a red orange, especially.
It's a really good color. Yeah, they crushed that one.
right.
I saw it immediately and was like, damn it. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
That's a good kit.
Yeah. Their home kit. Have you seen it? It's kind of wild.
That blue
with
that,
the Terminator T1000 kind of liquid metal.
yeah,
going
yeah.
on.
I kind of like it.
I kind of do
I kind of like the
too.
shade of blue anyway that they chose.
Yeah. It definitely surprised me.
Yeah.
When I saw, 'cause I had seen a leak of that with the texture mocked up, and I thought it was going to be a lot more subtle than it is.
Yeah, yeah.
And
It's definitely not subtle.
it's not. And I think I like it, but we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see how it looks in action.
Yeah.
I haven't really watched them play yet.
Right? Chelsea is going to be it's just such a huge question mark right now. Of course, still, even though they have the biggest squad like in league history, 42 players, I think.
Jesus.
They're still having like so many ins and outs.
It's insane how many ins and outs there's been in the past 2-3 seasons in
Yeah,
that club.
add the managerial change in with obviously Maresca coming in from Leicester City.
Yep. That's
Huge
going to be
question marks around Chelsea this year.
Yeah, I don't think anybody knows what to expect at this point.
I bet we could rewind to this pod at this time last year
And say
we'd be
exactly the
saying
same thing.
Like,
Yeah.
who knows what the fuck to expect from
They
Chelsea?
could be they have enough talent where like suddenly it could click and they could be amazing, or it could be another giant mess like it has been.
right. We can.
It's probably trending more toward a mess right now, the way the squad is going to go.
They might come out shooting. We'll see.
Yeah. Yeah, I hope not.
Real quick, yeah. Brentford's away and third is a nice little duo.
It's true.
One all pink with just black trim, super classy.
Very classy kit.
And then the other a nice forest green with cream trim.
Yeah.
Another combo.
Another
I absolutely
classy
love.
color combo.
If I was a Brentford fan, I'd be like, fuck, I got to buy 2 shirts this year.
Yep, I'll be buying both of
Yeah.
those.
Hate the Hollywood Bet sponsor again on there.
Yeah.
Tacky
That's
as
unfortunate.
fuck, dude.
I hate the sponsorships ruin a good kit.
Those Brentford shirts would be all iconic if they didn't have
Yeah.
that on them.
Yeah.
But again, still nice.
Yeah, definitely nice.
I shat on Manchester United's home kit, but their away kit with the blue is super nice,
It
right?
is nice, yeah.
Talk about another color. I'm not really sure of the shade of it. I feel like from promotional materials, at first it looked like a bright cobalt blue.
Yeah.
Now it's looking like a steelier, like kind of midnight blue.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what those actually look like in
the
action.
sunlight.
And like when they're playing in them.
Yeah.
They
think
look good.
I think it's going to be cool no matter what.
Yeah, yeah.
I love a dark blue kit. Silver trim is pretty cool.
Yeah, you don't see a lot of that, I feel like.
No, I like it. I'm into it. I really like the texture that's going on within the blue too.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a pretty good kit, United. Good job.
I bet you Paco's buying that shirt. You're buying that one, aren't you, Paco?
I would if I were you. It's a good one.
What player are you putting on it?
For United?
Mm-hmm.
Who are you putting on there? I don't even know.
Hoyland. It's Hoyland.
I mean, I'm going Kobe Minu.
I would be too.
That's who I'm going
Kobe
with.
Manu for me probably. Paco's going Hoyland.
Hoyland's
I'm
a good.
calling
Well,
it.
also he's wearing 9 now, so you can get that 9 shirt.
That's pretty cool.
That's pretty good.
It's the Norwegian roots or is he Danish? Norwegian, of course he's Norwegian. I'm trying. I was gonna say that's why Paco was getting it, and then I immediately doubted it. Okay. What else? What's next? Oh, Wolves.
Wolves.
Have you seen these Wolves kits?
No, they
They had
replaced Castore.
out. They're in with a brand called Sudu now. SUDU. Never heard of them.
Never heard of it.
Looks one of the worst logos I've ever seen.
Sudu.
But the Wolves Away kit is amazing.
Is it?
It has a huge stylized illustration of a snarling wolf that takes up like the whole front of the shirt.
Oh.
It's crazy looking.
I gotta look this up. Real quick.
I mean, it's ridiculous. I'm not gonna say.
Oh, wow.
I'm not gonna guarantee it looks good, but
That
it's a
is
swing.
something.
Sudu's taking a swing,
Sudu took a big swing. This is like Warrior coming into the game.
right?
Holy cow, they took a swing.
Yeah.
I like it though.
It got me thinking about Wolves and like how their color scheme is so unique.
Yeah.
I really feel like if a billionaire bought that team, like remember Manchester City used to have not cool shit either.
It's true.
And then when they got bought out, all of a sudden their swag game went
shot through
up,
the roof.
you know?
Yeah.
I feel like Wolves with their black and gold could do the same thing. They just need to
Definitely.
like tint shift the gold a little bit, make it a little less orange.
Yeah.
And just put out some dope shit.
Put out some sick merch, sick kits.
Yeah.
They have all the potential there.
And like they're Wolves. It's like a cool logo.
Yeah,
Cool crest.
could be one of the coolest teams
It's
easily, and they're always pretty good. They're always fun to watch. They play
do
an
have
interesting
exciting
brand of
teams,
football.
Exciting teams, if not consistent. You know.
It's true. Speaking of, we were talking about kits being spoiled by sponsorships. That Sampdoria kit you sent me
Yeah.
is one of my favorite kits. I'm actually looking at a photo of it here without the sponsorship on it, and it's so good.
I was gonna say, sorry, James. I don't know if it ever made it into the podcast, but he had sent me that kit when they first leaked it or dropped
Oh, okay.
it, and it didn't have a sponsor.
Yeah,
on
without a sponsor on it, it looks so good.
it's one of the best of all time.
Yeah.
It's
I
legendary.
mean, the sponsor's not. Oh,
Can I see the photo
although
you're
the
looking at?
sleeve sponsor is. Look how good that kit is
So-
without a sponsor.
It is.
It's so classy.
iconic, dude.
Yeah, their badge is amazing. That like the contrast of their like classic color stripes across the front.
The Sampdoria stripes and shield are always iconic.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
that might be James's favorite like kit in general.
It's a pretty iconic kit,
and
and
I
this
have
is
to
an
agree.
epic one.
Yeah, it is. I wonder
Yeah.
if you can get it without. The
I was gonna
sponsor.
say if you can get it without the sponsor, I would like to get that.
Yeah,
Um,
it's super beautiful.
The sponsor's actually not that bad, but then look at this terrible sleeve sponsor with it too.
Oof.
It's huge.
Yeah, that's really bad.
Like the just the like Rendy Max is bad enough, but then that giant sleeve sponsor is
And I
terrible.
feel like their color theory is off because I was praising the blue on blue of the Athens shirt.
Yeah.
But like that shade of blue on that other, it clashes. It doesn't look.
It
right.
works okay if it's just the logo, because
Yeah,
it's like
that's
just the logo of the kit maker.
Yeah.
That looks fine. But when it goes too much, yeah, it's too much when they added all of it.
Right.
They should have done it like the same color blue, so it kind of blended it in
Yeah.
and hit it. But
Anyway,
still good kit.
I have Palace on here too. Their away shirt is a really nice poppin' yellow, as they often do. Nice
I like
bright
it.
yellow. But they also, like the Wolves kit, they have an illustrated eagle across the whole thing. That's really dramatic and crazy.
It's a new
looking.
trend. Maybe it's a new trend coming to
So,
kits.
Yeah, dude.
Getting some
Let's-
epic.
They look. I don't know what they look like. I wanted to say they look like Liga MX kits, maybe.
Yeah,
Like Mexican kits do that. I feel like.
They
I don't know if
definitely
I'm
do.
just thinking of Pumas. But
probably, but that's still a perfect example. That's the classic example of that style of
Mhm.
design.
Yeah.
I like it though. I would like. I mean, that's something different at least.
Right.
Somebody's trying something new with kits. I might not love it, but
Speaking of
at
something
least they're trying
different,
something different.
this is old school, but these days it counts as different. Luton Town have
It's true.
announced that they're actually keeping their kit from last year and
Keeping
repeating the
their-
same kit into the new season.
First ever Premier League kit. They're holding on to it.
This is how it was done when we first started watching, y'all.
Yeah, there wasn't every kit changes every year.
No, Liverpool would keep a kit for 2 or 3 years. In the Adidas years that I so often talk about, there's a reason there were only 2 or 3 different Liverpool Adidas kits in the years that I watched.
Yeah, because they didn't change them every year.
Use each one for a couple of years.
Then everyone just got greedier and greedier, and now we get new kits all the time.
Of course, we kind of like it
We do
because
enjoy
we've
it.
just spent 20 minutes talking about
We love
new
kits.
shirts and the excitement of seeing different ones.
But it's difficult to keep up with, and financially, it's difficult. The kits are not cheap, and they put out new ones every season.
It was really good for EA Sports because they realized, man, if these clubs change their uniforms
every
year, that's all we have to do for FIFA is put out
Just
the new
update
unis.
the kits every season, and we won't fix the game at all.
Right?
For like 10 years probably, actually.
Yeah. But, yeah, I think for Luton in particular, last year was their first in the Premier League ever.
Yep.
And
it's a big
so
year.
It's kind of an easy call for them to make.
Yeah.
You know?
The only thing that I was thinking about that could hurt them is like you're losing out on new kit sales.
Exactly. Well, yeah.
With
that's
by
the other
keeping
side
that,
to
and
it.
it's like that's for a team like that. I feel like that's got to be a huge portion
Right.
of their revenue.
Yeah, because when looking back to a team like Liverpool doing it in the early 2000s, sure, they'd have the same kit for 2 seasons, 3 seasons, say.
Yeah.
But it's a global pool buying it. So
It's
there's
true.
a huge audience, and there'd be huge players that you would sign every year.
Yeah, so people would buy new
So-
kits just for the new players.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You'd buy the home kit one year, and then the next year you'd be like, oh, we signed Fernando Torres. I guess I'll
gonna
buy the
buy
away
the-
shirt with Torres.
Yeah,
on it,
exactly.
you know?
Yeah.
Luton doesn't. They're not making like
They're not having
marquee
that-
signings that are going to generate shirt sales.
Yeah, and they're not really doing worldwide shirt sales either.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
most of
They
their
don't
shirt
have the
sales are
global
happening in Luton.
Yep. So yeah, I'm sure they'll lose some revenue from it,
Yeah.
but
I'm sure it has its benefits for them as well, though.
yeah, I assume they did the research. I know they made a statement or something in the statement along the lines of. This was our best-selling shirt ever. Some people couldn't get it last year.
Yeah, it's all their
yada, yada.
supply chain things that they were
So-
saying were causing problems.
So maybe they won't. Maybe they
they
genuinely
will sell a
just
ton of
wanted to
them.
give people another chance to get that shirt.
Yeah,
Good
there's
for
nothing
them.
wrong with it. I like it.
Want to talk about transfers? Do you have any more kit news?
Yeah, no, we're good on kit news. We can talk about transfer news.
Let's get into transfer goss. Liverpool still haven't done shit. I love the Liverpool fan accounts. There always comes the time every summer where they start posting the only team in the top 5 leagues that haven't signed a player. You know, that kind of like
Everyone starts
sheer
panicking.
panic.
Yeah.
Sheer panic. It's like, y'all, we have so many good players. We're fine.
Yeah, you have a good squad, and it's like everybody knows that the tournament players are just getting back.
Exactly.
Signings are going to start happening
Also,
now.
we have a brand new manager that hasn't even seen most of our squad.
Yeah,
play
he's got to
together.
assess what he has before he's going to go look. He doesn't even know what he needs yet.
Yeah, and the club has made those statements, but it's
Yeah.
just not enough of these kids.
No, they never want to listen to logic.
Yeah.
They just want to complain about not having a shiny new toy yet.
Liverpool have been interested in Newcastle's Anthony Gordon, and that's kind of where I have the list starting here.
Yeah.
Newcastle tried offering him in a swap deal for Jarrell Kwanzaa, which
Interesting.
Liverpool had declined. That was about a month ago. That's old news.
Yeah.
More recently, Newcastle have offered Gordon an extended deal in an attempt to keep him there. So I don't know where
Interesting.
that's going. Some pretty reliable Liverpool reporters have said it's gonna happen.
It's going to happen eventually.
Yeah,
They'll find a deal somehow.
yeah.
How you feel about that one?
You know how I feel about it. How'd you feel when you signed Jorginho? You're like,
Not
what
great.
the fuck, dude? This
Not
guy,
great.
this is the best guy we can find
This
for
is
this
the choice?
position. It is a little weird with Anthony Gordon because I don't like his face and I don't like his divey attitude and I don't like the
Yeah.
teams he's played for.
Yep.
But also, we have players in that position. That's the most confusing part.
Yeah, it's not a position need for you.
Jota is great from the left.
Yep.
Cody Gakpo has
Great from the
specifically said he wants to be playing from the left, not
Yeah.
centrally. And young Fabio Cavario, who is rumored to be on the chopping block
Yeah.
in terms of player sales, but he's been great from the left as well. So
But still, like, where does
of all
Gordon
the
fit in that?
of all the spend, is that the one we need to make? You
I feel
know,
like it's definitely not.
our team is always operating on a budget.
Yeah,
Everyone knows we want a new number 6 and a center back.
which are not cheap.
Yeah.
Those are two positions you have to spend money on to get good quality.
It's funny how that didn't used to be the case with center backs.
I know.
It used to be Virgil, I think, changed everything, dude.
Yeah, I think he did.
He's
He
kind
was
of
like
like
the
the
first like
Neymar of center
superstar
backs.
in center back signing.
Center backs used to be like forwards. The prices were going up and up and up. You'd get $75 million forward moves.
Yeah,
But center backs were still like $25 million for a while.
yeah,
Like
that was a
good
big
ones.
signing.
Good ones.
Yeah, yeah. Now, yeah, that has definitely changed.
But anyway, I didn't mean to make this about Liverpool. Newcastle are trying to make moves, but are under financial fair play constrictions. So I don't know.
I've seen I wasn't quite aware of their financial situation, but I saw rumors of them trying to sell Isak around to try and get some money off the books.
Yeah, why aren't we? If we're looking at wingers, why not him?
I was gonna say I saw Isak. I think it was actually a link to Liverpool that I saw it, and it wasn't anything reliable. But
Sure.
I was like, damn, if he's actually available, Arsenal tried to sign him not long ago. Why are we not going in for him? If they're actually that desperate, why are we not making a move there?
Yeah.
He's a good player.
I wonder if we'll see that happen. I mean, him move somewhere.
Him move out. Yeah. I mean, they're gonna have to sell somebody. It seems like
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. They have some talent in that squad.
they certainly do.
Interesting stuff. Fulham signed a player you know pretty well.
Fulham. At least it's Fulham. I'll say that.
Yeah, it's
breaking my heart, but
honestly,
at least
Alex
it's Fulham.
has always low-key loved Fulham.
Yeah.
It's like
yeah.
Arsenal B.
Fulham's my second team, my second London team.
Look at that. He's got a second London team. Not just a second. How plastic is that? Second team, that's like if I loved Everton.
It's like that's true. That's true. That's true.
I mean, it's not exactly
No.
but-
Yeah, Fulham's always been just like they're always just like a non-offensive, fun team.
yeah.
Their stadium's awesome. It's right on the river. Like
Yeah.
it's just they're a cool club.
It's funny because you and I came to that realization pretty naturally, organically, and yet Fulham really has that reputation.
Yeah, of
They're-
being just like a cool.
I think because they're in London,
yeah.
they have a cool old stadium that tourists get like a vibe out of.
Yeah.
You know,
Craven Cottage is awesome.
it's supposed to be quite a vibe.
But yeah, I think what a signing for them, Smith Rowe,
Smith Rowe,
for a pretty cheap deal as well.
they're trying to pair him in central midfield with Scott McTominay. Have you heard that?
Oh, really? They're gonna get McTominay
They're
in there.
bidding for McTominay.
That's McTominay's been useful for United.
Yeah, that could be quite a midfield upgrade for Fulham, honestly.
Yeah, that's a huge upgrade.
They'll start getting goals from midfield with those two in there.
Definitely. Yeah, both of those guys can score from midfield.
Yeah.
Smith Rowe, I hope he stays fit there. I would like to see him do well there. I think he's a really good player when he's fit. I was kind of disappointed that he didn't get like a chance to prove himself at the end of last season.
Yeah, I agree. You've seen more of him than I have, but I have good memories of seeing that young kid really, really look good on the ball, like a natural. you know?
Yeah, I mean, when our team was a mess, he was one of the only bright spots for a while there.
When him and Saka were both emerging, I feel like it was almost neck and neck who was going to be the better player.
Yeah,
You know?
I mean, I think at times I was leaning towards Smith Rowe being the better of the two, which is crazy to think now. But I think he can still do it. I mean, he's still young. We'll see. We'll see if he can stay fit and put together a full season.
Yeah.
Prove himself. Maybe get a move back.
Do you play Fulham on opening day? Is that a thing?
We might actually. That would be
Fun.
That would be a fun one right off the bat. Let's see, who's our first match of the season? Now we play Villa.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wait. Am I wrong? Now we play Wolves.
You play Wolves.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Anyway.
Interesting. Oh, we play Leverkusen on the 7th.
That's fun.
That's fun. That'd be a fun preseason game.
Definitely. Yeah, so it looks like United are trying to offload McTominay. Or
That's
they
interesting.
may.
Considering how valuable he's been for them the last few seasons. I mean, I've
been
never
good.
rated him as like an outstanding player, but he's been great for them.
He's contributed for them.
He's
for
saved them a lot.
huge goals. He's
Got
scored
them massive points.
really, really big points for them. Big goals for them.
Yeah.
Yeah. And their squad, I mean, they've had so many injuries that you feel like they wouldn't be trying to thin out the depth of their squad.
Right?
You know, in their preseason match earlier this week, or was that last week now? Two key players, new signing, and their lead striker down to Arsenal.
Yep.
Lenny Yoro out for 3 months.
3
with
months.
A broken metatarsal.
Yeah, that's brutal.
You took Hoyland out for 6 weeks.
6 weeks.
That's a muscle injury, I think.
Both just like kind of freak
Yeah.
accidents.
Preseason stuff happens.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Weird. Playing on weird pitches in America.
Yeah, Hoyland, that's not as dramatic as they're making it sound.
Yeah.
He's out for 6 weeks, but it was like 3 weeks until the season started when he went down. So
Okay.
He'll miss
So he'll
probably
miss
2
the first
games,
couple
I
of
bet.
weeks. Yeah.
I think he'll be fine.
Yeah. Oh, Andy's here.
Oh, sweet.
Look at that.
Is he locked?
No,
What's up,
he's
Andy?
in.
You can come in. Does he have a dog with him?
No. I don't- Oh, he does he?
Oh, maybe he's talking to a kid. Anyway,
No, he's right. He does have his dog with him. Oh, he does.
Do you want to
Nice.
wrap this up or knock it out? What do you think?
We can knock it out.
Okay.
We can knock it out. We don't have that much left, right?
No.
Yeah, we can finish it up. Andy can chill for a second, I think. I think he's probably fine.
Let's buzz through it real quick. In Spain, Barcelona are sending multiple lowball offers for Euro 2024 hot property Danny Olmo.
Barca, like,
fun.
they don't make sense to me. I was talking to someone about this the other day, and I was like, how are they even able to sign people? How are they, like, how does this club even exist at this point? How poorly they're ran.
Right?
They're like one of the biggest clubs in the world, but they're ran so terribly.
Insanely badly. Super badly. It's funny. It has to be just that they have so much revenue coming in that they could just keep spinning the wheels.
It just keeps them going.
Yeah.
It just keeps them at level. They're able to just keep paying off just enough debt to keep going.
Yeah.
Through all their kit sales and
yeah, like they never have quite enough, so they're always doing this shit.
They're always like
first,
finding
I think
like
they
weird
bid 20 mil. Now they bid like 40 mil plus, and yeah, dude,
it's like
it's so disrespectful.
It is.
And they're like, he's Spanish, he's just gonna push and want to come here.
Yeah.
So that's how we're gonna get it done.
The most classic Barcelona. That's why I hated Barcelona for so long.
Yeah.
Because that's what they did with like Fabregas and shit.
Yeah.
Is they just like they're like, well, he wants to come here eventually, so
exactly.
we'll just be dickheads
they're like,
about
he's
it.
at Leipzig. He's not at a marquee team. He's gonna see this as a step up.
Right.
So we'll just
wait because everyone wants to play for Barca.
Exactly.
Well, I'm really still hoping too that the Nico Williams deal falls through and they don't get that done as well.
Same. If they don't have enough for one of these guys, how do they have enough for both of them?
I have no idea. And also, just I really want Nico Williams to join Arsenal. We need a left-sided attacker, and that would be the ideal one. So I'm really watching that situation, hoping it falls apart for Barca.
Yeah, let's use that to transition to Liverpool versus Arsenal in Philadelphia.
Ooh.
Marion was at the game.
Marion, shout out.
Yeah.
This is the second year in a row I think Marion's been at a preseason game.
Oh, really?
I don't know if it was 2 years in a row. Time doesn't make sense, but I know she's been at one recently.
Good for you. Have they won any of them?
We dominated preseason last year.
Oh, that's good.
This season's been a little different.
It doesn't mean anything.
No, it doesn't.
Well, Liverpool have won every game, but
I think we've both been like, we don't really care about preseason at this point.
Yeah.
Just like we'll watch it to see the kids play, to see if there's any interesting things.
Yeah.
But
you see the team in the new kit, see what it looks
don't
like.
take it too seriously.
See the new players. Like if you see a good goal, you're like, hey. Cool.
That first half of Liverpool Arsenal was great.
It was.
Teams were going at each other.
It was a lot of back and forth, a lot of fun.
Arsenal almost had a few. Kelleher almost gave us a few.
It's true.
He kept. How many times did he hit Jesus in that first half?
At least twice.
With a kick.
I mean, you mean just dwelling on
on the ball and kicking it off of Jesus.
Possession. Yeah, at least twice.
At least twice, and then almost like 3 or 4 more times.
Yeah. It's funny because, as I noted, Liverpool were doing all kinds of funny touristy Philadelphia
that's right.
stuff.
We talked about that.
Including at one point, they were either at Pat's, they were at one of the famous cheesesteak places.
Of course.
Behind the counter whipping up cheesesteaks. And I was like, I think Kelleher actually ate his cheesesteak.
Kelleher was like smashing cheesesteaks.
Because, of course, the players are like, they make it like, this is good.
Take like one little tiny bite or something.
You know they're not going to eat it.
Yeah.
I mean, we used to make that mistake a lot playing hockey, dude. We'd order cheesesteaks and go play hockey.
Dude, I swear,
it's the worst food
you and Ian, I swear, would eat Chinese food before hockey sometimes. And I'd be like, oh my God, dude. Chinese food before hockey is a nightmare.
It's bad, but Philly's best is worse. And
that's true.
We did that at least 2 or 3 times in that men's league, dude. And I think that was the worst, dude. Skating with a Philly cheesesteak.
Yeah, cheesesteak in your stomach that's not athlete fuel.
Anyway.
And you could see it in Kelleher's response time.
Cool stuff, though. We got that sick Harvey Elliott lobbed through ball for the Cavario volley.
That was a sick goal.
Is there a better goal than a lobbed through ball for a volley?
No, lobbed into a tight space like that and a hammered home volley.
Little perfect rainbow chip right over the defender.
It was very, very pretty.
Super nice.
Very pretty.
The Salah goal I loved because it looked kind of like a vintage Liverpool counterattack.
Just a quick counterattack. Lethal.
And, Salah looked like a vintage Salah where
the
ball was great, but he saw it and ran onto it and knew where to put his body. He bodied the defenders off like he used to.
Yep.
I liked everything about that.
No, that was a great goal. Both your goals were good. Ours, the Havertz goal was fine. Like,
Sure.
it's fine. It was a little disappointing because the buildup was really good, but then it got kind of disjointed for a second, and then we got the goal.
Yeah.
So it was like a little less satisfying because
Isn't it
of that.
funny how that can happen? The buildup can be so great, but then if it just deflects off a defender before it goes in, you're like,
that kind of takes
kind of
away the
ruins
fun.
the whole thing.
It really does. I know. I was kind of bummed. I was like, I mean, it was a good goal still.
Yeah. It was.
Yeah.
And you had other great chances too.
We had a lot of good chances.
That
yeah.
insane block from Jarrell Kwanzaa, that should 100%
What a block. That should have been a tap-in, easy goal.
That was an easy goal. That was when I bet people in the stadium. I bet you Marion was like, "Wait, how didn't
that go in?
We didn't score.
We thought we scored that.
You know.
Yeah, it looked like a sure goal before he slid in and blocked that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's funny. Everyone was talking about Jesus being under pressure, especially because Arsenal are sniffing, like a lot of rumors sniffing around of a new striker.
Oh yeah.
Coming around, so he's under a lot of pressure, and he did not look great to me in that game. Heavy touch. I mean, it's preseason, so give him a break. He's still warming up. But
yeah, I was gonna say I don't think he
lot
was
of
bad
heavy
enough that I
touches.
noticed it. I didn't notice him being off, but you would.
It was.
You would have been.
I mean, it
watching
looked
closer.
like preseason stuff, but it was like balls that he should have had some really good chances that he took really bad touches with.
Sure.
Which hopefully that's, like I said, just preseason stuff and not how he's going to be in the season. But
yeah, it happens.
Yeah, he's under some pressure for sure.
Was he in Brazil with the Copa or in America?
I don't think
Brazil?
so. No, he wasn't.
Okay. Well, Alex, I have Liverpool United on here. That just happened last night. There wasn't really anything worth talking about in that
interesting?
game.
I didn't watch that one.
Liverpool did win 3-0.
Smashed him.
It was a classic preseason game, and there's not really a lot to take from it.
No, I think that shows you the gap between United and Liverpool. We're going to talk about it. Epic gap.
Honestly, I do think there's still a gap, which
I think there is.
United
I think
fans
there's,
might be upset about with Arne Slot being in here. Liverpool in a rebuild year. I think the United fans might be sad to find that our drop off isn't as dramatic as people might have hoped.
Like, yeah, you guys don't have the squad drop off that you've had that other teams deal with.
Right.
Yeah, you have a big manager shift, and that is hard.
Yeah.
But like, it's not like Arsenal's manager shift where our squad was a shit show
Exactly.
when someone took over.
Yeah.
Your squad is very well assembled.
Yeah.
So
Klopp always swore
I don't
he'd leave
expect
it
you guys
in better
to,
shape than when he came, and he did.
He did.
You know?
He did exactly what he set out to do, and I don't expect you guys to be. I mean, you expect there to be some growing pains and some early season pains with a new manager, but I expect Liverpool to be right up there, still top at least top 4 competitive this season pretty easily. I think.
I don't want to be cocky about it because, of course, in the past decade with Klopp at the helm, we've come to expect that. And but I remember the dark days, so I don't want to take anything for granted anymore.
You don't want to get too cocky,
but yeah, I do feel confident.
I feel like, I mean, maybe it's just because I watched our Arsenal Liverpool, and it was like you guys looked fantastic on the counterattack. Like, it looked like Liverpool looks. It's just like, oh, that's another Liverpool team.
Right. Slot is doing a really good job of exuding confidence himself.
Yeah.
After Klopp coming into this job is such a difficult thing to do. And so far, he's really purporting himself well.
Yeah.
A lot of dignity, a lot of confidence. He's his own man. But he's not making a thing out of being his own man.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
He's just going about his
very
business.
quietly business and very business-like.
He's acting like he's always been there, which is, I think, how he has to play it.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no winning in that situation as far as pressure goes. Everyone's going to be scrutinizing you even more all season long than the English media already does.
Yep.
So we'll see.
Yep. Okay. Do you have anything else? I have a few more notes on here, but nothing I really feel like we need to cover. The Canadian Olympic scandal we forgot to talk about last week.
Oh, yeah,
It's funny, but I feel like the jokes have been made, you know?
It's true. It's true.
As I have in here, it is hilarious that the first big scandal in women's football, she looks like such a lesbian, like Bond villain.
She does.
Doesn't she look like an evil lesbian?
She really did, yeah.
I mean,
classic
she looks
stuff.
like... Yeah, it's like if you're going to have a female villain for sports, that's what she's going to look like.
Oh, there's one other thing, speaking of women football, I was thinking about, I was watching Japan, USA.
Oh, yeah.
First of all, that goal for the winner, did you see the winner goal for Rodman's goal? What a finish.
Banger.
Absolutely great goal.
Yeah.
But I was laughing to myself at the Japanese women. I'm like, is there like a requirement that they all have to have that terrible haircut? Why do they all have that terrible haircut?
Amazing, right?
I was like, come on. Like, you guys all look
They all have
ridiculous.
terrible
It's
haircuts.
such a bad haircut.
It was like that random meme I sent you. That was like lesbians when a new 8-year-old boy haircut comes out.
Exactly.
It's just lesbians going nuts.
That was like the Japanese national team, dude. It was like, what is happening? There's like 2 women that had like just like standard like longer hair up in a bun or up in a ponytail, and then the rest of the team all had terrible 12-year-old boy haircuts.
Terrible stuff.
Yeah, that was just a little funny thing. I was laughing to myself about watching that game.
Oh, that's perfect. I think that's a good note
It's
to
a
get
good
out
note to go out on.
Let's get out of here on that.
All right.
Everybody, thank you so much for listening. Go to YouTube and give us a like and a follow, and go to Apple Podcasts and rate and review and subscribe on there.
Please,
That's
people.
huge for us, okay?
Also, if you feel like you want to comment on something, good or bad.
Comment.
Throw something in the comments.
If you feel like you can't talk shit to us,
You wanna
oh my
argue with
God,
us?
You don't even know.
Argue with us.
Oh, and also we have had a few new followers on the gram, so thank you for following
Nice.
there. And if you're listening, I don't know if that translates to listeners, but
Hopefully it does.
welcome.
Welcome aboard.
All right. Later,
Later,
Alex.
y'all.
Soccer situation.